Hello, welcome to Master Powercast. It's yet again another tier list. We're going to be taking a look at Wave 3 from 1984. We have 12 entrants, technically 13, because there's going to be one character in particular that technically has two cardback arts. So if you never joined us for one of these tier lists, we're going to look at a cardback art, we're going to rate it, and our rating systems go as follows. And we've changed it up, our top and bottom categories. So before, if it was the best, it was Masterpiece, but we changed it to one of our favorite wrestlers in particular, Macho Man Randy Savage, and him saying cream of the crop. So cream of the crop is the best of the best. We've kept great, decent, and meh as they were. And finally, replacing It Stinks, we decided to go with...
This sucks.
Yeah, it really sucks.
So yeah, throwing a little bit of Beavis and Butthead at everyone, which was a childhood favorite for the both of us. So
fuck yeah, it was.
A lot of heavy hitters in this wave. This is a really good wave.
Yeah, next to wave 4, arguably the best wave in my opinion. I mean, I have because I have so many of my personal favorites are in this particular wave, and then in 85. It's like, oh my god, it gets even better. So this is. I wish I had been older when this wave dropped. I was born. We were both born the year this wave dropped. I have such an affinity for these characters because I had a chunk of them, not all of them, but man, such a strong passion for characters in this wave. I just saw these guys as just. This 84 was just a wave of alpha males and one alpha female.
Well, let's see where everyone is going to land. Who do we want to start with first? I'm going to pick all of these at random. Let's go with Mechaneck.
Yeah. A character that continues to get I don't get it, much like I don't get a lot of opinions with people, casual fans on the He-Man mythology. There's a lot of idiots out there. They tend to just spawn like bacteria. Well,
here is...
While you're watching this, if you're watching this, you want to be educated. You want to have a much more intelligent perspective on Master of the Universe, and not like a casual fan mentality where it's like you look at what's inside their head. It's just a pile of dog shit.
So we have Mechaneck here using his periscope neck to spy on the evil enemy. So here he is kind of checking out and seeing what Beastman and Skeletor are up to. Fun perspectives on this one.
I like the angle that Skeletor and Beastman are on this cliff, like the edge of this cliff on another mountain, like looking down at something like... Possibly like, okay, is it like this valley of villages, like a small little kingdom down there, or is it, a vat of something like a volcano that's yet to erupt? It could be a whole treasure trove of things that you could be imagining that Skeletor is plotting in the name of destruction, and Beastman's there to help out with whatever he needs.
That's the beauty of these. Every time that we do them, each of these is telling a story, and it's up to you to have your own interpretation of it. What are they looking at? What do you think they're looking at? Could be anything, really. But as far as the art on this, it's pretty good. I think I don't really have much of a problem with it. I'm gonna put this one in great. I think
I would definitely say a strong great. Because Mechaneck looks wonderful, and I just like the angle that Skeletor and Beastman are drawn in. Like Beastman looks hulking, like behind Skeletor, and just the pose that Skeletor's in there too. I just think it's great. I love it. I love it a lot.
Up next, man, it's like I kind of don't want to. Yeah, let's go with one of my favorite variants of He-Man. We got Battle Armor He-Man. Here he is taking on Merman.
I didn't have Battle Armor He-Man as a kid, and I hated that because I really, really wanted that variant as a kid. But but so I never got to see this card art as a child. But when I finally did, like, this image stuck with me. It's an image I always used to fantasize about, of like being in a He-Man movie trailer, of like Merman and He-Man in a swamp clashing like swords. I mean, this is like selling the battle arm, but I just had this vision of this image of them coming at each other, and He-Man's sword and Merman's sword like clashing in the swamp, water splashing, and you got the Eyes of the Truth music from Enigma playing. That was always my trailer music for like the teaser trailer music for a live action He-Man movie done right. Would use that music and just be nothing but images, all kinds of images. I had like Cobra Khan's flap opening up, Manny Faces riding a sky sled and going through an explosion in the sky. He-Man Skeletor clashing swords on the drawbridge of Grayskull in the rain. You know,
I'm just thinking of Enigma, and I'm trying to remember. Did they also have that one song, "Return to Innocence"? Was that Enigma as well, or is that somebody
probably
else?
But if anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, look up the trailer for The Matrix and The Long Kiss Goodnight, and that trailer music, that's the Eyes of the Truth. And I always wanted to see that done with a He-Man movie. Always. I mean, we're talking decades, and be like, oh my God, like I could just see like a teaser trailer using that music.
I'll have to listen to it myself because I can't really recall exactly.
It starts really slow. It's when you get to a certain point, and that's when it kicks in. And that's the music that's used in trailers.
Okay.
And when I heard that on the Long Kiss Goodnight trailer and then the Matrix trailer, I was like, man, I can see this used. I remember wanting to use it with when me and Carson did the Leech mini comic. We were talking about doing like a little promo using images, and like, he's asked if I come up with some music. I said, let's use that. He goes, no, let's do Celtic. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
I also looked it up, and yes, Enigma did return to Innocence. Do you remember that song?
Is it the one that was
it's kind of got that it's got that chant in it, which is like,
oh yeah.
Return to Innocence. Yeah.
They did the one that was used in the 1492 Conquest of Paradise trailer, and then the mock trailer of Robert Downey Jr. playing that gay monk.
Oh, yeah. In Tropic Thunder.
I think Dave Chappelle used it like in his like things are so much better in slow motion. He's at a laundromat and shoots a load of laundry detergent. You know.
Yeah. Apologies to anyone's ears if they're bleeding by my rendition of Enigma just now, but
when Nathan does impressions of anything, it's always hilarious.
But this art in particular, I do enjoy how you do get the clanging from Merman's sword on the battle armor. You see the damage that's there. The one thing about this, we're going to see this with the Whiplash one as well, which we also talked about when we did our character spotlight on Whiplash. Mm-hmm. There's something about He-Man's face in this battle armor that's just, I don't vibe with it too much. You know, it looks off to me.
It needs to be more aggressive and assertive, and it just kind of looks like.
I think it's the hair too, maybe the way that the hair is coiffed.
I don't mind the hair like showing the impact of like, you know, he's running into action and like Merman's like slashing at him like mid-run, so the hair's, or he's backing up. I don't know. It almost feel like if he was going forward, the hair would be flowing backwards.
Yeah, but also too, just the way that he stands. So we have Merman in this really dynamic sword thrusting pose, and He-Man's just kind of like standing there like he's mid-run. He's not doing too much here. So I got to knock some points off with my overall ranking with this one. For me, I'm going to put this in decent.
Definitely not going to go that route. Like I'm not going to argue like He-Man's pose is not as imposing as it should be, whereas Merman's like that's one of the finest images of the character, especially compared to what we got in the first card art, which, you know, looks great, but this is like seeing him actually engaging
doing something.
Yeah. Plus, not to mention the inspiration it gave me, this card art. I'm close to saying masterpiece, but I'm not.
You mean cream of the crop?
Yeah. I'm gonna go and put it in cream of the crop. Yeah.
Okay.
It's more about the like that sequence of events taking place in this swamp,
The story that it's telling for you is way more.
Yeah,
impactful.
that's what really it makes it transcend to a higher level there. I can't argue He-Man's pose is not as dynamic, but it tells a story that I would want to see more of, the setup, and see these two just clashing and just having this big fucking fight, you know.
Well, here's the thing that I was talking about earlier, and we'll go ahead and rate both of these back to back. So here's the one variation of a Buzz Off. So we have him here using his wings for airborne spying missions. So much like Mechanic, taking a distance to observe not only Skeletor and Beastman, but Evil Lyn shows up in this one. So I like the landscape. I like seeing the clouds here. It gives you the perspective just how high up that he is, too. But overall, not much going on in terms of this. Obviously, having the distance here for our evil warriors, we don't get as much detail in them. So it's fun. I'm trying to think of where I would like to place it, but what are your thoughts on?
I mean, Errol McCarthy loves to use his crags and geysers and stuff like that. It just seems like that's a common thing he likes to throw in with smoke, and it makes for a great atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this looks like it's like they think they're onto something, like causing destruction, like erupting these geysers or crags or whatever you want to call them there, and then Buzz Off has caught them in the action. Like, all right, I can go let the rest of the heroic warriors know, like, this Skeletor's going to start a natural disaster here. Like, yeah, it gets the point across. Even though I would much rather see Buzz Off engaging in some sort of
aerial combat
attack,
yeah,
like maybe swooping down and picking up Beastman.
That would be that would be fun.
Something akin to that, maybe.
Have him with Beastman as he scooped him up, and you just maybe see the surprise and Evil Lyn and Skeletor's faces,
and they're looking up like, what the, like, this guy's lifting Beastman up.
Yeah. Really put him over strong.
Yeah. I think that would have been fucking awesome. Like him swooping up at an angle, and you look down and you see Skeletor like in shock and Evil Lyn in shock, because Buzz Off has already risen to such a high altitude, carrying Beastman, who's shot, looking down at the ground like he's, oh my god, like.
There's a variety of ways that you can do that and make it look really awesome.
There's a cool idea, getting Kevin to redo card art.
Yeah,
not just do like mini comics, but I want you to do a rendition.
Yeah,
like, so do sideways card art and do like a small little bit of dialogue.
Yep. Yeah, this would have been the perfect example.
And he's a big Buzz Off. He loves fucking Buzz Off.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a fun idea, like, for other commissions. And if I want to take a break from doing mini comic covers, like, to do like,
and something else that we could potentially like let the people buy. Maybe if there's interest. If there's interest there.
Yeah.
What were you thinking for this?
Because it's fucking Buzz Off, man. I gotta say great.
Okay.
Because I still think it looks great, even though I'd like to see Buzz Off in a more dynamic pose. I still think it tells a great story, and more villains, great atmosphere. Yeah, great for me.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go decent once again.
Okay.
With this one, but before I move this one into decent, let's take a look at the alternate. So it's practically the same image, but it's mirrored, and there is a slight difference here with Buzz Off. So now he's actually carrying a weapon. So that's basically the only real difference between.
And I think the other one looks better. He's posed in the air better than that. That one just looks like a figure, like the figure Buzz Off just kind of like tilted at an angle.
There's definitely
like his legs are in a flying. See, that just looks like the squatting figure pose right there. And just turned. The other one looks like a flight, a more of a flight pose, at least the way his legs are posed.
Yeah, but it's also kind of crazy too that maybe it's just because it's mirrored, but it almost seems like there's more craters on the first one than this one as well.
Yeah.
Overall, it doesn't really change my opinion.
I would say this one's. I think just because the pose for Buzz Off seems more sterile, I'm gonna say meh.
Yeah, for that
Yeah.
one. Okay. Well, let me. So with Buzz Off 1, I need to move. Let's see. Yeah, Buzz Off 1. There we go. Probably shouldn't have done these like this. All right. So Buzz Off 1, you're saying great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I am saying decent. And then for Buzz Off 2, you were saying meh. And honestly, I think I'm just going to stay on the decent train
Okay.
for this. Since mine's starting to fill up a little bit, I'll just go ahead and overlap them on top of each other. Up next, let's go with, there we go, Orko. Uses his magic powers to entertain his friends. A lot of characters going on.
Yeah, it's packed out, but it's I guess it just felt like it looks good, but because it's Orko, and I would want to see more done with him. I really wish they had pushed more of a, like, he's using his magical powers to take, like, to either distract or blind an evil warrior, from attacking or something like that. Not just, I feel like oftentimes, the sidekick characters get kind of treated as like, oh, I don't want this character, and I feel like if you had advertised Orko as actually engaging in confrontation of some kind, it would make him, a child that may be on the fence about buying this. I'd have fucking shit my pants to publicly to get an Orko as a kid. I would have loved to have had Orko.
There's gonna be some guy in the department store. Hey kid, you shit your pants. I'll give you this Orko figure.
I'm cooking up some turds for you.
Have them out to you tomorrow.
Have them to you tomorrow. So, it looks good, but I just really wish it was Orko, like, fighting Evil Lyn, like, or something akin to that. Which is, like, again, he never got a mini comic or anything like that, which is something I plan to do with Kevin at some point as well to get that idea over as well. Here's another idea I guess have Kevin redo the card art for.
There you go.
Yeah. It's selling for what it is. He's the court magician, so he's entertaining everybody. It's I'll say it's decent.
Okay.
Orko looks good, as well as he should, because he's the star of the card art.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of the details here in the room also look pretty sharp as well. Yeah,
I like the throne room with the big glass window. The wood framing. Around in there, it looks good. The walls there with, like, the coat of arms above Man-at-Arms.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna put this in great.
Okay, well, all right, kick ass, man.
Yeah, I like that one quite a bit. So Tyler's first decent of a tier list, Wave 3. Up next, let's go ahead and go, since we did a Battle Armor He-Man, let's go with a Battle Armor Skeletor.
This one was ingrained in my mind from childhood, and for whatever reason, I had my mind for the longest time that this was the Skeletor card art, like, based on I had forgotten that the one of him creeping outside Grayskull was the one that I had, the first one that I had. Yeah. But for some reason, I guess it kind of got lost in my memory. I remember having that as a kid, but this one, for whatever reason, definitely stuck out. I think because of the two of them fighting in the parapet of Grayskull. It just, even though Skeletor looks very clunky, and He-Man's pose looks better than the Merman fight sequence, but still not.
Once again, still looks kind of. I think it's the hair.
The hair and. Like
battle
armor Skeletor, like, his arm looks like he's just wearing like a double XL. Like, it doesn't look like it fits him the way He-Man's battle armor fits him.
Right.
And then Skeletor has an eyeball. Like, he's got it's even though you look down at the bottom, it's clearly it's like Man-at-Arms, and it's hard to make out who the other person was. It looks like it's too big to be Tila standing down there at the ground looking up.
Try to zoom in on it here and see if we can get a better perspective.
So no, there's Tila running up behind. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it could be like Man-Man, Man-at-Arms, and Tila running. And I like that this rocky path has a bridge over a creek coming to Grayskull. Like
Yeah.
little landscape details like that. I love that Aaron McCarthy throws that in this artwork there. And this was a very memorable card art to me as a child. It's just these little details with He-Man Skeletor that keep it from being because this should be masterpiece because of what you're advertising here.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Like it almost reaches that, but as you mentioned, those details, definitely more so with Skeletor over He-Man.
Yeah, Skeletor looks. He-Man's more forgivable, and I like the fact that he's like falling back, like with his foot pressed against the back of the like the interior of the parapet there.
Yeah,
almost like he's trying to avoid, like he's losing balance, like the battle armor he's slashing is making him lose his balance because the space up there is so limited, it's so finite. So that's another image I would want to see more of He-Man Skeletor fighting in the parapets of Grayskull, with the big fall. God,
He-Man almost looks like Luke Skywalker right there.
He's got his hair is a lot shorter, so it's very like Return of the Jedi Luke. Oh man,
it's got a lot going for it.
Yeah, I got to say great because there is so much going on. Even though Skeletor and He-Man don't look their best, it's just one that again, if I can see something more in it, I'm like, I gotta give it a lot more credit then.
I'm inclined to agree with you, sir. I'm also going to put that in great. The only thing keeping it from the cream is just those. They would have. Oh man, you just changed Skeletor's face.
Yeah, shrink it down a bit, change the face up, and if they had done that, I would not be bothered by anything else in that picture. Skeletor just seems to so disproportioned. I don't know what the fuck happened there, but
let's. I want to keep it going with how we're giving our opinion on Battle Armor He-Man. It's one that we've discussed not too long ago. I mentioned it earlier. Here's the Whiplash.
Sucks. It shouldn't. Like Whiplash doesn't look bad at all, but
no, Whiplash looks great, and we talked about this before. If they just put that other Battle Armor He-Man art in place of that, this would be cream of the crop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like I can't say it sucks because Whiplash looks good and menacing in it. I like the pose, like he's got his spear and
Yeah. You got the orange, either sunset, sunrise.
Yeah, and you got some crags / volcanoes back there with smoke emitting from them, like they've sunken into the ground.
But He-Man looks absolutely terrible.
He looks the worst that he's ever looked. I mean, it's just bad. It almost looks like the Fright feature from Ghostbusters, like he squeezes his legs and his hair sticks up. Did we say that last time?
Yeah. You mentioned that exactly when we did the spotlight on Whiplash. So,
yeah. Oh man.
I can't say that it sucks either.
God.
I have to say, just because He-Man looks so bad. If
Whiplash didn't look so good, I'd have to go, this sucks. But I'm gonna say meh.
Yeah, just man. I mean, hey, if you want to say that it sucks, you can. It's because that
Whiplash looks really good in it though. Like sucks is like. But
that was your gut at first.
It was my gut because of how bad He-Man looks in it.
Yeah. You want me to move it? Yeah, I put it in. It sucks.
Nah, that's it. You're selling Whiplash. As long as Whiplash looks good, because that's the figure you're buying.
Mm-hmm.
Then he scares the shit out of He-Man on this card art and makes He-Man look really, really bad. So
okay. Up next, Prince Adam. Yeah.
Very lackluster.
Yeah. This one, when you think about it on the onset, that seems like an easy home run. It's like, we just need to have a really good transformation sequence here, right? And this ain't it.
No, I mean, hell,
not it at all. Like you think about other Cardback arts that we've seen before, where it's showing the perspective of a character, like in multiple ways. It seems like they're moving around. He could have easily have done this and made it a transformation sequence of some kind, but here he's just standing there looking stoic, and now he's got a sword he's just kind of drooped off to the side, and he's looking in a different direction, and he just looks sad.
Yeah, and nothing that showcases he's ready to jump into action.
No,
No, and Adam's not even holding the sword aloft. He's just
No.
standing in a most sterile pose.
he's looking like he's thinking about if he left the oven on or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this sucks.
Yeah, it does.
It sucks.
Yeah,
Sucks.
it's not good at all.
Yeah, Prince Adam should be, it should be split. Prince Adam holds his mighty sword aloft, and then the second one over is He-Man, holding the sword up in the air too. So
He doesn't even have to hold it up in the air. He could just be like he does in Filmation or something, holding it out forward, looking at it with an expression on his face like I'm ready to go kick some ass.
This would have changed it up even more. Is if you see Prince Adam is reaching back because he sees Skeletor's attacking Teela or something like that from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
The main image is focused on Adam at a distance, like reaching back because call to action. Prince Adam gets ready to transform into He-Man as he sees evil warriors attacking or doing something in the distance, much like the perspective of like Mechaneck and Buzz-Off.
Yeah.
Like you see some shit's going down and emphasize Adam reaching back, like getting the kids know, so you can reenact this.
Yep.
Instead of just yeah, fucking sucks.
Yeah. Easily, I think probably the worst one.
Yeah.
Of the bunch, without a doubt.
That question, yeah.
Before we continue on, you mentioned at the beginning you were saying, "Oh, and one female character." What female character are you talking
forgot.
about?
I got confused. I forgot Evelyn came out the way before. I think because for me, when I got her, she came with the Clash of Arms mini comic.
Okay.
Who she's featured in briefly. So I just always, I corrected myself many times over the years of like, no, she came out in Wave 2. It's like, yes, she came out in Wave 2. So when we get ready to do this, I'm like, I have that massive brain fart and thinking she came out in Wave 3 when she came out in Wave 2. So listeners, when you heard me mention at the beginning, I own my mistakes, especially when it comes to He-Man. I hate people who are fake and phony and don't own their mistakes. I own my mistakes. This is one thing I'm not going to shy away.
I just wanted to make sure that I brought it up just because for a second I was sitting there thinking, did I fuck up? Did the websites fuck up?
Yeah, no, I fucked up.
5 more left. I think a couple of these may wiggle their way up to Randy Savage level.
Mm-hmm.
Who do I want to go with first? Let's go with Webstore.
Oh, masterpiece and a half, dude.
Using his climbing power to escape capture.
This is something in the Cobra Con Webstore mini comic cover that I was writing a story about like last summer. The most dangerous duo. Like the point was to incorporate this particular card art into that story, like to even showcase like why Teela, Man-at-Arms, and He-Man are there. Like I have that kind of incorporated and played up in the story already. And it would be to work in like this particular moment set at night, even though looks like it's sunset. If you look at back in the corner back over there.
Yeah, you get that little bit of that orange
reddish. I always look at this like it looks like there's more shadow work, and like the light that you see is from the moons of Eternia shining down, because it just like Webster looks like he's moving in darkness, and I just when I got this at Happy's Flea Market Men on Card, I was just enthralled with this card. I was like, oh my god, this is everything I could hope for out of this character, man. Just fucking rocks, dude. Yeah, masterpiece and a half, dude.
I'm really digging the fact that normally here you would have the red.
Yeah.
But I like the sleekness of it just being these darker colors. Now, I guess if I were to get a little nitpicky, it's like, all right, you use the perspectives of how high up they are. Man-at-Arms doesn't have a face down here.
Yeah,
really?
and He-Man and Teela's face is barely visible.
Yeah, but with that, I would give it a little more of a pass. It is a really great cardback art. And it's better than great. I'm It's got to be cream of the crop. I think it's going to be.
It's definitely cream of the crop.
It's going to be my first one of the tier list. Yeah, there's just something. Yeah, I like the sleekness of that.
The sleek and the
purple
pose,
and black,
like the angle that he's scaling up, and just zippy. I mean, just watching our three main heroes just look on helpless, like there's nothing they can do at the moment. Like holy shit, like this is a big moment of like they're because I have in the store like they're when Cobra Khan and Webster show up, they're new to the Heroes of Eternity. Like we don't know where they come from, but they're a team. They're already working together. They have their sights set on Grayskull, and this is when they become aware of what these guys can do. So
good stuff. Good stuff. Actually, I got to click on that again. Well, you mentioned Cobra Khan. Let's go ahead and tackle him next. So here he is, controls his prey with his evil hypnotic mist.
If Man at Arms wasn't there, I would say this is cream of the crop because Cobra Khan looks good. I like the palm tree kind of beachy atmosphere, just showing it's another part of Eternia, and the pose of He-Man, like lowering his head to avoid getting hit by the mist.
Yeah,
and making sure the shield's getting all the impact. So, I like this one a lot. It's just Manos just looks so misplaced there.
He really does. I think if anything, if you're gonna have him there at all, have him like knocked out on the ground.
He should be knocked out. I agree. He should be like having on the ground. First victim of Cobra Khan's mist. I'm gonna say great because He-Man looks good. I like the look of anger in his face. Like he is focused. Like I got to avoid this serious shit. And Cobra Khan is just, coming right out at him.
Yeah, it's a decent blend of colors too.
I agree. Like the light greens of the tropical feel with Cobra Khan's darker color scheme. I like the way Errol McCarthy draws Cobra Khan. Like he's drawing him in some like T-shirt artwork and things like that too. I think a couple of times. I think on like 2 different occasions. I remember correctly. But yeah, I like it a lot. It would be a masterpiece if Man at Arms wasn't there.
You mean cream of the crop?
Excuse me. Yeah, it's gonna take.
It's gonna take a minute to get used to.
Sorry, Randy. I'm not trying to. It's okay, Tyler.
I like that promo that Savage had where he's. I think it's him and Mean Gene, and he's saying 360 because I think he's meaning to say like 180, right? And I think Gene like corrects him on it, and he's just like whatever, basically to him. Adjust some of these because I got to make room. You've actually had quite a few greats along the way.
Yeah.
Oh man! All right, so we're down to our final 3. Two of these characters are some of. Shit. Tyler likes them all, really. Well, man, I don't know which of these. Do you want to? You know which 3 are left. Hopefully, is there one that you would want to go ahead and do now over the others?
I'm gonna say. Let's go with Fisto.
All right. Would have been funny if we were like Evil Lynn.
Yeah.
So here's Fisto knocking the fuck out of Skeletor.
Yeah.
This giant knuckles. I like this one. I like this one a lot.
Yeah. And I remember getting this for Christmas '87 and just like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Fisto is just like a chunky son of a bitch.
He is. Like he's yeah. This is why this guy is always linked to being like right below He-Man in terms of strength, as well as he should be. And I feel like too, like, it's not too often you're seeing Skeletor like depicted in a manner where someone is really laying it in on him.
Mm-hmm.
It's this. They could have easily had Fisto knocking the fuck out of Trapjaw or Beastman, but no, he's gonna knock the fuck out of Lord of Destruction, man. Like, let's get him over.
I wish there would have been some character over. I wish there would have been some better detailing here with like the lava and the magma here.
I love that. My only gripe is Skeletor's pose is very.
Yeah, it's not
like his arms aren't flailed like from the impact of the punch. Like the head's tilted.
It's almost like he just took the vintage figure and just like angled it.
Again, that's what when I got older, I looked at it again. This looks just like the figure, just kind of at an angle.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's what keeps this from being a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Cream of the crop.
So, yeah, I love it a lot, but I don't think it's worthy of cream of the crop.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm gonna say great because it gets Fister over on like the big impact of the punch with the lava geysers all around. Again, Errol McCarthy this way is all about geysers, almost as if like this was the common thread. You could tell the story like because Buzzoff has seen them at the crags. Mechaneck has seen them looking down. Maybe that's what they were looking at initially. And then Fister's like, I'm going to stop this motherfucker right now. I'm going to walk right to him and knock him on his bony ass, there to his fucking face.
One could make the argument pretty easily, I would think, to just drop it down into decent, but I love the concept of it so much that it bumps it up to great.
I could easily put it in decent as well because I would even like want to tweak the poses. I would want Fister's punch to be a 4 punch, like in show Skeletor's hand like snapping back with his hands flailing, dropping the sword, almost implying like he might fall into one of those lava geysers.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go as much as I love it. I am gonna drop it down in decent.
Yeah, do the same for me. Do the same because the more I'm like, because there are things in it I really like, and then things like.
It's lacking a lot more detail that you have seen and others prior that we have checked out. What do we have?
I know who we got left.
Well, the last two that I'll save him for last. Here is Clawful. Him and Tila squaring off here. I love the setting for this one quite a bit.
I do too. My only gripe is Clawful doesn't come off as threatening in this one. I
would agree with that.
He looks more like it's not what they were going for, but maybe that's what they were going for today. The shitty origins figure of Clawful looks like a Muppet, and he's not as menacing. Tila looks great in this. Like I think
she looks great, but it almost looks like she's not even looking at him.
I think she is. Then she's got He-Man's power sword too, which is kind of a unique plot point in this story. I love the swamp. It's almost like maybe it's the same swamp He-Man's battling Merman in, and Clawful's going after Tila. They're trying to find the power sword. It's lost in the swamp. She finds it and is using it to take on Clawful here. But Clawful just looks, the figure looks so badass. And this is just not his finest hour. And I hate that. I hate saying anything negative about Clawful. But
I don't mind this one too much though, overall.
It's not like meh, but because Tila, I love Tila's like pose, like she's ready to strike at Clawful. I just wish his pose is more like the action figure leaned over and he's just holding the big claw. Like that claw should be reaching out and grabbing Tila by her left arm. Like
it should be clamped onto the shield.
Clamped onto the shield, or even her right arm where she's holding the sword. Really lay in the threat of that massive right claw, as opposed to, I'm gonna get you. And
I know where you're going with that.
Yeah.
It's the claw.
Yeah.
Oh, the claw's coming at you. Oh, you're scared of the claw. You're scared of the claw. Ooh.
Jerry.
Huh?
So I'm gonna say decent.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go with.
Yeah,
as well. Which is a shame. This one has a lot of potential to be better, way better than it is, especially given the setting that they have it into.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's another prime candidate to have Kevin redo.
There you go. Sounds like you're going to have to take out a loan for all the money you're going to be.
Oh my god, dude! I just paid off another one that will work for a character spotlight when it's done
Okay.
as well.
I think I remember where we're going with that one. And finally, to round this one out, Jitsu. Using his chopping power to get his evil way. We've talked about this one ages ago, but just the fact that he's standing in between Skeletor and He-Man here, the story that you could develop with this, like what all happened prior is this Jitsu's kind of debut that he's shown up and Skeletor's like, go ahead and get it. You can't, you're no match for my newest evil warrior. And here Jitsu jumps down and just starts chopping away at him and just
not even using his katana swords. Like, no, fuck that, man. I'm gonna take a He-Man with my bare fucking hands.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love that, like that confidence. And like the castle was like caught on fire, like in the background, like you see like the fire like emitting from this old castle, which I like to think that that's what Skeletor has done. He-Man's come to stop him, and Jitsu's right like, nah, I don't need any weapons. I am a weapon. And I mean, like, he just looks mighty in this, and just
Jitsu looks great. He-Man once again looks kind of awkward, and I think it's just the hair.
It's the hair, and yet he looks better than the battle with Merman, and he looks a bit better, not a bunch, but the battle with Battle Armor Skeletor on the parapet at Grayskull.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best He-Man pose that Errol's done is the one with Cobra Khan.
Yeah, out of the bunch, that looks the best. Another nitpick I have is just Skeletor's pose here. He should be looking down, like pointing at He-Man or something.
Yeah,
he's
just
kind of
hunkered over like an ape.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess that could also tell the story. Maybe He-Man got a good punch on him that kind of made him like wobble, and then Jitsu jumps into action. You can work that angle, but he just looks awkward.
He should be standing there defiantly behind Jitsu, holding his Havoc staff, proud of the chaos and destruction he's just caused. He's just there to watch his ultimate enemy fall at the hands of this brand new evil warrior. That's what needs to be done there.
Man, so it's kind of a tough one to rate this
one.
Because at first, initially, when you look at it, you're like, I personally wanted to put it in great, but just the more you start to look at it and observe it, it's like I don't think I could go that high.
And I wish He-Man's like holding the shield up with the right hand, and then the axe is pulled back with the right, like he's waiting for an opportunity, and then Jitsu would reach back and block the axe with his golden right hand, like it's impervious, like you couldn't cut through it.
Yeah,
that's just.
Yeah, it's. Now I'm kind of bummed out.
Or even too, like it'd have been so much better had Jitsu actually like landed a chop against He-Man.
I think it would have been cool because he's clearly already made the hit here, and we had the impact.
Yeah.
Still have Jitsu in this pose, but have that shield like flying away off of He-Man's arm, like he's knocked that,
putting a crack in it or something that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, either one of those, just showing that this man doesn't. His chops are as deadly as they get. The reason why I feel like him and Clawful just seem to be a constant tag team. These two right hand guys with these deadly right arms.
I'm gonna put it in decent, unfortunately. It's a tough one.
Yeah, I feel like the more we keep breaking it down,
it sucks.
No, it definitely doesn't suck. But then again, too, is goofy looking as Skeletor, Battle Armor Skeletor looks. I'm gonna say great.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were gonna go that high with it, honestly.
Well, I was starting to go decent, but I'm like, look, it's as the more I think about it, well, but Jitsu looks good, and again, Jitsu who you're getting over. Much like with Whiplash. Whiplash looks great. He-Man looks bad.
Mm-hmm.
And He-Man doesn't look great in the Battle Armor He-Man card art either, but Yeah, I'm gonna go with great. I'm gonna go with great because
You sure?
if I start thinking about it, like
You want to look at it again? Take another closer look.
I know if I had this as a kid, it would have been burned into my brain because I love that character so fucking much.
I mean, it's okay. You can put it in great if you want to.
No, it's like, again, Skeletor doesn't look great. He-Man's poses, it's fine because he's blocking the shot.
It's almost like Skeletor didn't even need, much like Man
really
at Arms.
He
didn't need to be in this.
If that's, and I love that Arrow was trying to squeeze in more than 2 characters in most of these, and some of them, yes, you've got one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of feel like he did do several one-on-ones. This is one that probably didn't need. Well, in fact, I'll just say he did need Skeletor in this one, especially if you're just going to have him, hunched over in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it. I'll say great.
All right. I was about to insert some Jeopardy music there. I guess I still could.
Yeah. You could do that during the sequence. Yeah.
Noodling. We'll see how copyright takes to that one. But there we go. That is wave 3 has been tiered. Seems like I was more in the middle with most of my picks.
Yeah.
Whereas I only had one cream of the crop. Tyler, you had 2. You had a lot of greats. I didn't have as many, but we both agree that the Prince Adam cardback art sucks.
Yeah. Very, very underwhelming. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So much more that could have been done with that. It's like when he, I it's hard to say what Errol's work schedule was like back during this entire run when he's asked to do card art, artwork for, merchandise from T-shirts and various other like apparel and memorabilia being sold. He's got to get this shit turned out, quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But he was always putting such great details in the backgrounds. But then some of these poses would just be like, can we get a little bit more dynamic here?
Yeah.
So
yeah, that is how everything lays out for Wave 3. Yeah, we agreed on a couple.
Where'd you put Cobra Khan at on yours?
Oh, I guess
yours. I don't see Cobra Khan in yours.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't, huh? I think I meant to. Yeah, I was gonna go great with that one.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. All right, sorry. So, all right, I had 4 in the great category overall. There we go. Now we got it. If you're wondering too, as you're looking at it, like I both of those buzz-offs I thought were decent, so just had them overlapped. But that's how it all shakes out on this go around of our Master Universe Vintage Cardback Art tier list. Let's go ahead, take a commercial break. We got some feedback to go over. A couple things I want to talk about that I've watched, and we'll see you here in a few minutes.
Stay tuned.
Freddy Krueger is on your phone. Dial this number now. I've got some tales to tell. Freddy's favorite bedtime stories. Dead time stories. All brand new. Straight from my boiler room to your home. It's Freddy Krueger on your phone. So dial this number now if you dare. Tell him Freddy sent you.
$2 the first minute, 45 cents each additional minute. Children, get your parents' permission before you dial.
The arcade is the arena. You focus your mind and propel yourself into a universe where you're the master of your destiny for as long as you can keep the trip going. This is the arcade experience. We're ColecoVision. We bring the arcade experience home with games like Donkey Kong with multiple screens, arcade controls, and arcade graphics that let you have the arcade experience at home. Because your vision is our vision. ColecoVision.
Ryan, I've got your cereal. How's it look, Duke?
All clear. Go for it. Hit it.
Today's mission
G.I. Joe Action Stars brand cereal, a delicious part of this complete breakfast. Crunchy stars that taste great. So, for all you action stars...
Bye, Mom.
G.I. Joe Action Stars.
And we're back. Tyler, all the comments and feedback that I'm about to show up here is what we received for our episode on the Slime Pit.
All right.
So we start off here. Brian Clifton, after DC Comics, Street Fighter is my favorite thing to collect. If you haven't read them, check out the comics made by Udon. They're well done, in my opinion. Have you ever heard of these specific Street Fighter comics?
No, just the ones from the '90s are the ones I'm only familiar with. I remember. No, I take that back. I forgot. I think in the early 2000s, back when He-Man, G.I. Joe, Turtles, Thundercats, and Transformers were all coming back. I think there was a Street Fighter series. I remember picking up 1 or 2 issues, trying to get in again. If the artwork fucking sucks balls, I'm like, man, fuck this book. So I'm not familiar with this, and I'm always skeptical because I feel like the way things are done today, people just come along and just feel like they need to just shake up the status quo and just, I don't know. But our buddy Brian's a big comic nut. He's I can't imagine recommending dog shit to us. So
it's something I'll try to seek out and give it a read and see what I think.
I'm just out of curiosity. I'm gonna maybe see if I can't look up like a quick image of this real quick as we're recording this, just to kind of see, well, okay, what's the art look like? Because if it's fucking terrible, like the current He-Man books written by the almighty Tim Seeley.
I saw the cover for, I guess, this rebooted Master Universe comic book, and the cover looks really great, if I'm being quite honest. But the story in and of itself and how the art's going to look is an entirely
it's probably like
thing.
Always. We'll get a really good variant artist to do like this really cool cover, and then the interior is going to be like some of the cheapest shit you've ever seen.
Yeah. So we'll see how that one shakes out.
Was Street Fighter Omega, I guess.
Maybe. I mean, did you put the Udon?
Yeah.
In your search, maybe that's what it's called.
Or no, wait, maybe not. Let's see. These are like variant covers here. All these are variant covers.
Yeah, so probably all you're getting is the covers, none of the interior.
Yeah. Well, one of the variant covers is a throwback to the Marvel swimsuit special that they did back in the 90s.
Oh yeah,
which is really cool. That's cool. They're doing that.
Interesting.
I mean, if this is like this one cover here, looks like it's like two separate, or like a wraparound cover of like the villains facing off against the heroes, and which that looks pretty good. It's very beautiful. Just out of curiosity, what's the shitty He-Man comic that because I every time I see something new and by Dark Horse, I'm like, oh fuck, it's more Tim Seeley's bullshit and shitty artwork.
I mean, I'll see if I can try to find you the cover real quick. Obviously, I will.
I'm sure we'll have some shitty tie-ins with that fucking movie too. The Sword of Flaws. Oh God.
I'll edit it in on. Well, yeah. Oh yeah, so it is an alternate cover. Turns out.
Yeah, as I figured it would be.
It's not letting
me. Well, let's get the guy with real talent to do a variant cover, and the guy that's cheap and just turn this shit in real fast. He does all the interior. Which Freddie Williams, which I don't know if that's he did like the Batman Turtles crossover, which his artwork's not bad, but he also did the shitty He-Man Thundercats crossover, which was written by Captain Dipshit Rob David before he turned over the reins to his buddy Tim Seeley.
All right, I just now text you the alternate cover for Master Universe Genesis. I thought this looked good.
Yeah, that cover's not bad.
Yeah. Very solid, but probably misleading more than
well. I don't recognize any of these names on there.
Yeah.
So oh well. So Tim Seeley's no longer writing on this, or at least he's not writing on this. But I just assume just.
Brian, I will check out. I'll track.
Sorry, Brian, we went on a real tangent here just on that. So
I'll check out the Street Fighter book. I
don't trust this Rick Duke, Gavin Smith, Fabi Marquez, and and I don't trust you guys. I don't know who the fuck you are, but I don't trust you with He-Man. None of you.
Brian, I'll check out the Street Fighter book.
Yeah. And if Nathan says it's good, well, I don't.
I mean, hey,
I've been duped by so many modern comics. I ain't buying it. So if there's a way I can read it without buying it, because I hate giving it a shot. Like, and pay $8 for one fucking shitty comic.
I'll find a way for you.
Yeah, I'm like that shitty Batman Spawn crossover that they did, like another one. It's just they're late together. Fuck you, man. Yeah,
comes from a Grayskull can. I think the perfect revenge would be to stick Hordak in his own slime machine.
Oh, of course, get his comeuppance that way.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Also, it's like, oh well, then who would he be a slave to?
Yeah.
Something to think about. Jaime Marez, another great episode. Love the Chuck Norris talk. All the recommendations were great. Thank you. We have to continue the Missing in Action and Delta Force sequel since we loved the first movies. FYI, me and my son did watch Sidekicks, and it tugs a little at my heartstrings because we were all there as kids looking up to action heroes and martial arts. Looking forward to your Chuck Norris episode. Hope you guys find a dojo and stretchy jeans, Tyler, or maybe jeggings. And thank you, Tyler, for the Sidekicks recommendation.
Well, first off, I'm so glad you took that recommendation because that is a highly underappreciated film of Chuck Norris and a highly underappreciated film in general. And the only pair of jeans I own right now are a pair of stretchy jeans. So I could do some, if I could condition my legs to do as such, like Chuck Norris kicks or helicopter kicks by Van Damme. I do have the jeans to do that. So, and boy, they are the most comfortable jeans in the world. I hate wearing any other jeans, like the standard, binding jeans and stuff like that. The stretchy stuff.
If you're going to do that, though, you need to grow out a mustache so you can be just like Chuck.
Well, Chuck either wore the stash, beard, or clean shaven.
Well, then grow out the beard. I've been telling you for a while. I know you hate it, but I'm telling you. I think if you shave your head, grow out a beard, you would look like super duper intimidating. But as far as
go completely, bald,
bald, and grow a beard, you'll look just like John Travolta.
I don't want to look like John Travolta.
Speaking of the Chuck Norris episode,
I don't intimidate anybody him at all.
The Chuck Norris episode will be happening soon, and I watched a couple more movies. I'm not going to say much at all about them because I want to save it for when we have our discussion. But I finally watched The Delta Force for the first time. I watched Hero and the Terror, and I watched Firewalker with him and Lou Gossett Jr.,
which I enjoyed as a kid. I have not seen it in over 30 years.
Oh,
that's what I hear.
Yeah, I would not. No, I wouldn't recommend it to watch as an adult.
Yeah, I just remember Sonny Landham plays the villain in it, or a villain in it, which I thought was awesome. Hey, it's Billy. It's cool, man.
No, he's the main villain in it, but it is very underwhelming. Yeah,
I guess because I remember watching on TBS back in the day.
The premise alone has so much promise to it, but just how they chose to go about it. And I know it's a canon movie. Obviously, we're gonna cut some corners a little bit, and it's 86, so we're reaching the end there. But to have a movie with that plot, he needed to do a little more there. I'll leave it at that because we got to save it for when we talk with Tom about it. But yeah, gonna tack on to what Tyler said. Sidekicks is it's a very, I want to say heartwarming. I mean, it is to a degree too, but there's just something about it that it's
extremely relatable.
You just don't get shit like that. That hits in that kind of way.
Well, I tell you today, kids today don't look at movies and aspire or look up. It's strictly fucking influencers and shit like that, which is just, the quote, Clint Eastwood, shut up, pussy.
So thank you, Jaime, for leaving us
bud.
that comment. And it's awesome that you're watching these movies with your son and just bonding over that. So.
And please let us know when you watch Part 2, Missing in Action, which is my personal favorite of that trilogy. I think it's the best of the series. So when you and your boy get around to watching that, man, like, please send us a comment that you watched it and what you thought about it.
Yeah. Also, I mean, I already know what he said because he sent it to me personally, but I know that him and his son also watched Lone Wolf McQuade and enjoyed that quite a bit as well.
Awesome.
Yeah. So they've and I want to say Invasion USA they've also taken in. So leave us another comment, Jaime, and let us know. Yeah. Expand upon so I can read it out so Tyler can hear your thoughts.
Yeah, because I need feedback. Those. I need to hear more people talk about Invasion USA and Missing in Action too. Those are my two favorite Chuck Norris movies. And The Octagon. If you get around and watch which I'll tell you in advance, it's a long drawn out movie, but the climax is fun. The climax, which Nathan has watched, recently, and he shares the same.
I mean, if he's sitting here saying they enjoyed the first Delta Force, I think they'll make it through the Octagon.
Well, yeah, because I still
we can't say too. We gotta say it for Tom.
Can't, but I just want to emphasize at least. I wanted to throw in the Octagon as like Missing in Action 2, Invasion USA, and the Octagon because I want to hear about the climax of the ninja compound that Chuck goes in there. And I want to go on this big ninja playground here and take out all these ninjas myself, man, and have the end boss before you get to Sakura. Excuse me.
Casey Duncan, terrific episode, guys. Have a wonderful week. Thank you.
Casey is just so constantly and consistent. I mean, what's the same fucking word, Tyler? Shut up. So consistently supportive of us, man. Like that, it's just wonderful. Like he just wants to let us know that he loves what we do, and we did a great job, man. So, Casey, thanks for taking time to tell us that so consistently, man.
And you have a wonderful week as well.
Absolutely, bud.
Jordell Fresh Breeze, loved the Slime Pit as a kid. I wanted it for a long time before finally getting one. The mini comic became my favorite. I thought that the artwork was particularly good. The slime itself, this is what I love. We're getting some details about the slime. The slime itself wasn't really messy if you were careful. It was runny enough that it would pour down onto figures, but solid enough that you could easily peel it off afterwards, even with Spikor. There was a hitch, though. Over time, slime goes bad. Even when stored away in the container, eventually it starts to develop little crystals in it and gets really sticky. If you try to play with it or use it by mistake in that condition, it becomes a real pain to clean it off your figures afterwards, and you need to replace it. A very fun toy, though. Masters was very good at original ideas that you had never seen anything like before.
Well, I'm glad to know that your experience with the slime in your figures wasn't as devastating as we kind of envisioned, because as much as I think I would have cut loose having the opportunity to have owned that, as opposed to my granny denying me that, I think I would learn really quickly. I think I'll just play with the actual playset and none of the slime here.
Yep. I would have been the same way. Yeah. If my mom would have been like, all right, yeah, you go ahead. And I would have sat there, maybe thought about it, and then backed off. I don't want to mess my figures up.
Yeah. Or like, I don't think my mom's going to run me back to hills like, get me another Rio Blast.
Oh, no, absolutely. You had to. I'm glad you and I thought the same way as kids. That's how I thought. I was like, this is a treasure. I can't let anything happen to this. No matter what it was. Most of my toys, I rarely made big contact with.
Because the punches were just, I'm holding one figure and just he's laying the punch. I'm not beating them together like this. I feel like a lot of moronic kids, the same kids that would take BB guns to their toys. That's the kind of shit I figured that they would do. No, I was very gentle with the punches and the kicks because I'm taking time to pose the figure and visualizing it in my head of Destro's taking a punch or they're doing the machine gun sound effects. Okay, this guy's got to follow. He's taking a shot in the arm or the shoulder.
Did you never have one of the
Sonic Fighter backpacks?
Yeah.
I had the one with Tunnel Rat, and of course, I used the shit out of it until it stopped working.
Yeah, that's what I would use if I needed the effects for stuff.
I was so used to creating my own machine gun sound effects because that's how I always want all the guns to sound like a machine gun, whether they were a machine gun or not. But when I got the Sonic Fighter Tunnel Rat, and I had the various gun sound effects, oh yes, I would put it on since you could take those backpacks off. The second Sonic Fighters, they were nailed to them, like they were screwed in, and I never didn't put it together. Hey, I could get a screwdriver and just take this fucking thing off. My Stalker figure, it's just clunky as shit. He can't even stand up. You know,
my dad took them off.
See, I didn't think about that. I got him like, oh, this is great, but I'm like, you can't hold him like a regular. It's bulky because this big ass box on his back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I was so used to Tunnel Rat where you could just take it off and put it on another guy. You know, or just have it off to the side and just set up your figure and just hit that button and just always mowing down all these guys. And you know, I didn't have that presence of mind to think about that.
So with that, in our premiere chat for the episode, we had this. I thought I would pose this interesting question or comment to you. This comes from Chubaloo1. Can't the sorceress just take He-Man's power away if He-Man goes evil? Is that something that was ever really kind of like explored?
No, and I feel like his power source comes from the power sword.
Yeah, I was kind
of once he's actually become He-Man. You know, like
that's what I was sort of in the mindset when I was reading that. That's kind of proposed that whole thing. It's like that seems sort of tied to him until death, more than anything.
Well, I mean, when he's, you know, he can only lose that power once he says, "Let the power return." He's back to Adam again. You know, and plus the sorceress is, you know, she has her limitations because when she's Zora the Falcon, she can't do shit. She can communicate telepathically, but that's it. She's got to remain in Castle Grayskull to do anything. And even then, she's got to be at, maximum concentration to cause teleportation and things like that. You know.
It's an interesting thing to think about. If you want to go that route and kind of dig
that's why I feel like
that
she would communicate with He-Man with telepathy. If He-Man, like in the slime pit, if he ransacked Snake Mountain and took out Skeletor and then just keeps going in the name of Hordak and the sorceress becomes aware of what he's doing, she would communicate with him, through mental communication and help He-Man battle through that slime shell that is warping not only his body but his fucking brain as well. And much like, he kind of realizes like, okay, I got to fight through this and break through it. I feel like that's what the sorceress would do. She would have to, because she can't leave the castle. I feel like she had more strength staying inside the castle and communicate with him physically, mentally, as opposed to traveling around as Zora the Falcon and trying to communicate. I feel like it would be a lot more weaker communication there, though. So I think it would be successful of, breaking through the warp that He-Man's currently going through. Because she's got that connection with him mentally, so I feel like she wouldn't have to do anything like that. Plus, the power of Grayskull essentially is not going to be reserved for just any. That's why the whole significance of Adam and Adora is so fucking important. Not having multiple He-Mans over the years, so we can make multiple shitty figures.
Yeah,
from our good friend Scott Knightlick and Rob David and everyone else that comes before.
Because that's how I look at it. It seems like that if you're going to mainly just focus on He-Man, it's like, yes, this is strictly just tied to him. So it's like embedded into him. So the only way to lift that out of him, I know you're saying the sword, but in my mind, I'm thinking like he has to die in order for this power to ever transfer elsewhere.
No, I no, because that power is the power sword is a tool. That's how he obtains that. If someone were to, and this is what makes the if you were to actually have a battle between He-Man and Lion-O, or the power sword is used against the Sword of Omens. The Sword of Omens is only used to stop evil, whereas the power sword is not. It's always like the sword of it has like a mind of its own almost. It will let you know when it will awaken when it's needed. Whereas the power sword, it's not limited by that. It's whoever's in its hands still can be used as a very powerful weapon. But in terms of engaging the power of Grayskull, if anyone were to figure out that Prince Adam has to announce these magic words to become He-Man, it's not limited to it. You know, you have to be. It only works for Prince Adam. Like, no, if someone were to figure it out, that's what I'm saying. If someone this was my idea for a crossover, because if Mom Ra were to realize that the power sword is not limited to good and the only good, that anybody holding that sword
and says the appropriate words, then
or sees that this sword itself is not bound by good. It could be used by anybody who's holding it. You know, and I want that sword. So my idea for that is like he learns of the sword, waits for He-Man to be traveling back to Eternity from Etheria, warps the time travel, sends him to Third Earth, and now you've got this big hot pursuit of trying to get this power sword from this stranger, you know, as he's, you know, trying to avoid Mom Ra and the mutants. And you've got Rotaro, Groon, Captain Cracker, the Driller. They're all seeking, like, either for bounties or trying to get it for themselves. Thundercat's learning about this, and you've got He-Man meeting all these new allies and trying to avoid. Everyone wants this fucking power sword, and that was my idea for that, because of the logic of that way. You could have the Sword of Omens and the power sword clash in a fight of some kind if Mom Ra or someone else were to get a hold of it.
Yeah,
the Thundercutter episode establishes that the Sword of Omens will not engage in a fight that's clearly, no, this is wrong. Like, you're not fighting evil. You're just being foolish with this. The Sword of Omens would recognize that in a fight with He-Man. It's like, no, this guy is on your side. You're not going to engage in this kind of conflict.
Even if He-Man is under some sort of spell, or let's say, for instance, like the slime pit, it would still recognize that, no, that there's still good here? Or would it also kind of blur that line? And I love the fact that there's a multitude of ways that you can sort of play with that subject matter if you really want to.
I think you could. I think, like, because like in the episode Thundercutter, like, Hachiman is there to destroy Lion-O, but like Lion-O's like the sword's telling, no, this is an ally. This guy is not an evil person. He's being misled to something. I think it would be the same way with He-Man. Like, He-Man is under control of the slime, and it's beyond his control. I think Lion-O would have to resort to talking to He-Man, you know, given this is already established that they're already allies. Like, if He-Man were to be given hit with the slime after him and Lion have already established a friendship between Eternity and Third Earth.
Well, let's take that part out of it then. If there's not already an established thing here, then
I think this, because Lion-O in the Sword of Omens would have no idea.
Okay, so
the Sword of Omens recognized that Hachiman was a friend, like an ally, not a foe. So I think the Sword of Omens would have the presence of mind also to recognize the He-Man, even under the control of the slime, that this is really someone that could become a really good buddy of yours and will, but you have got to figure out why this guy is going to be, you know, which would be a big task for Lion. Or like this, this is an evil cause. Like, this guy's causing chaos. He's destroyed the Burbles village. Like, you telling me I can't fight this guy? You know, and I think it would be relying on Jaga to show up and tell him, look, this has the potential to become one of your closest buddies. You're going to have to figure out a way on your own to break the spell on this guy that you have no idea who this is, but will destined to become a good ally.
I'm going to get you on another tangent here, because I did not read them. But what happened in the actual crossover that was produced? I just remember you pretending to drink bleach, or
in a nutshell too, it was just Rob David slamming and cramming as much bullshit into the pages. Like, look, it's Bionotops. Does it make any sense? Don't worry about that. No, what happens is that Mom Ra and Skeletor decide they're going to team up. Out of nowhere, and then Skeletor kills Mom Ra. Drinks his ashes and becomes, drinks his fucking ashes. Like, this is the second fucking issue.
All right. Okay.
You know, it's just a mess, and then he forces in this ridiculous idea of Battle Cat Man. Which is like, Jesus Christ, man! Like,
yeah, okay.
All right, you can't just have a moment where Lion-O, who controls cats, like, befriends Battle Cat, and they not only it just makes the friendship between He-Man and Lion-O even strong. Like there's nothing like that. There's nothing of like the worlds of He-Man slipping in a time warp, landing on Third Earth, or Lion-O in a time warp landing on Eternia, and trying to figure out where am I at, who is friend, who is foe. Nothing like that. It's just this, again, smashing these toys together here and just betting on everyone. Look, it's He-Man and Thundercats together in a comic book. And just look at the visuals. Ignore the shitty story. Oh my God, Battle Cat, man, that would make a great shitty custom. You know? And they have Snake Mountain, man. Like, oh God. That was
right.
not in that minute, but I think someone turned it into a fucking figure, which I'm like, fuck that Castle Grayskull, man, Battle Cat, man, all this shit. Like, stop trying to turn these creatures and buildings into characters. It's fucking stupid. I mean, are you just like shitting your hand, rubbing it in the wall, and instead of consulting the bones, consulting your shit on the wall? Oh, look, I see a great idea here. Like, what the fuck are you thinking doing this? I think it went on for like 4 or 5 fucking issues. I think after issue 2, I was like, yeah, I'm ready to drink bleach after this. Like, this is so. The first issue was fucking horrible, and I was really pissed that Skeletor just kills Mon-Ra like he's a fucking, it's like
he's a nobody.
Like he's a nobody. Like there's not even an actual team up. It's just this talk, and then okay, now I'm going to kill you. Drink your
Thank
ashes.
you. Fuck you. Bye.
Yeah, and it was, oh my God, it was so fucking bad. And I to this day, man, it's all because everything, the comics that have been written before that, like the shitty DC stuff, were all fucking horrible, and they gave the new 52 look where Beastman's got a fucking mohawk. He-Man looks like a fucking pussy. Skeletor looks terrible. Evil. They all look fucking terrible. They kill off the sorceress for shock value. With this convoluted story of Skeletor says, I have killed the sorceress, and I've kept Adam around for him to one day and wiped his memory just so he can remember who he is. And it's like, okay, wait a second here. Your greatest enemy you decide to keep around, wipe his memory, so someday he'll just kind of go ho-humming around. Oh, and I remember who I am now. Why? And then the story goes on to more shitty crossovers with DC, where DC clearly just takes it out, just pisses right all over the mythology because they consider it inferior to DC. Which, okay, if you feel that way, fine then. But you know what? Fuck off. You got no business working on this comic if you're not going to treat my favorite property as an equal to the heavyweights of the DC universe. What's the point of doing the fucking crossover? At least when the crossover He-Man and Superman for the first time and that DC presents, yes, Superman has to come out on top. He is the most established. There's no question about that. But He-Man and Skeletor are treated, as, like you're getting a new guy over. You have to establish, like, you want people to buy the He-Man comics and toys, make him look strong against Superman.
Since you were talking about new guys and getting over, and you mentioned it last week, I believe, and I went ahead and watched as well. Before we wrap this up, let's have a nice little brief conversation about Dragon Slayer, because you were really, really into it for a while. You said you had the last little bit to watch, and then
I even told you, man, like, oh yeah, hopefully the ending won't suck balls, and boy, that's not my battleship.
And to you, it did. It sucked balls a lot.
Yeah, it was fucking awful.
I didn't think it was awful. I looked at it as that character inevitably knew that he wasn't going to be what he needed to be in that moment. And I can appreciate having it not turn out that way. That he helps defeat evil in the end, but he's not the
with a
guy.
Fucking rock.
I didn't think it was horrible. Like it didn't completely ruin the movie for me.
It kills the momentum of this journey of this apprentice who clearly knows or thinks in the moment he's got what it takes, realizes, okay, I don't have as much as I thought, but I'm like, I'm determined to help. Like, that's what my mentor couldn't make this. I've been entrusted with this. Like, I've got to win. I've got to do this. I've got to figure. If I can't do it with magic, then I've got to do it with my own bare hands. I've got to figure out a way to prove to these people and myself that I am capable of living up to this, whatever I got to do. But we didn't do that. No, we said no. Fuck off. That's too good an idea. Here comes Triple H. I'll bury him. I'll it's like, no. You spent all this time putting him through ups and downs. How is he going to, and then when they finally come around, like, okay, out of desperation, like, okay, I'm desperate. I don't want my daughter to lose her life to this. Here's your amulet back. Defeat this dragon. Like, I don't care. I'm at a loss. You need to do this. That's when you can't go back now. You've got everyone who is fought against I'm just gonna call him Peter McNichol. I could call him Giannis, but I can't remember. Galen. I think his name is Galen in the movie. But it just obliterates this entire character's arc. And even when it's said and done, he still hasn't accomplished shit. You're just supposed to believe, oh, a white horse arrived, because I wish we had a horse.
Yeah.
No.
I understand it, but it wasn't as offensive to me that it totally like took me out. Like, it's a good movie, but it's not a great one. And I understand. I mean, based off of that alone, I guess you could see why it's kind of been one of those ones that people don't talk about as much, but it does have a cult following. I think for the most part,
the dragon effects are fucking sensational in the movie.
Yeah,
like they look wonderful, and it looks great. The costumes are great. It looks like an authentic movie of medieval sword and sorcery. And I'm there, even though like it just, I feel like his mentor, I forgot what his name was too, but I was like, yeah, it's a little to be desired. But that's why, okay, get him out of the picture. And now this is Peter McNichol's story of like, okay, I have a lot to live up to here. I haven't done much as an apprentice. I've accomplished virtually nothing. I'm an aspiring wizard. I haven't done much other than simple parlor tricks. That's all I can do, which makes his journey all the more,
intriguing.
You
wanted
inspiring.
To, yeah.
When people are starting to believe in, when, what's her name? Like, and I love the turn, because when I saw her, I'm like, they say she's a boy. It looks like a girl.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when you get the whole sequence, like him jumping in the water, like, I prefer to swim alone. Like, oh, okay. You got me on there.
Yeah.
Because I kept thinking like,
and there's a reason I'm doing it. There's a reason that I'm doing this. Is because if they think that I'm a boy, then I won't be thrown into this lottery. And
I see all that was so brilliant. And then when the princess learns that, oh, wait a second, I have been like pretending unknowingly that I'm part of this lottery, and I really haven't, because you're holding me out of this. Like, this isn't fair. That was a great arc for her character, and making the king look like a complete asshole in front of everybody. Like, all this redemption for these characters except the star.
To me, this is,
but then
like,
the king fucking shows up and just wants to place a sword on the dead dragon. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
No, that's just him taking credit for it.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm like, no one would believe that when everyone's watching this dead dragon and the king is nowhere to be found. Who the fuck would believe that anyway?
That won't matter, because the king's going to put the word out. It's like, look what I've done, So it's, as long as the word gets out to the masses and the peons.
Again, another part of the ending, like, this does nothing for what came beforehand.
Yeah, but nothing. I think it complements the way that they've decided to end it. That it's just
the worst possible fucking ending.
Well, just putting that twist on it, that it's not everyone can be the hero, and the status quo will probably remain the same. It's a very relatable sense to a degree in any kind of current environment, dare I say, if you're watching it now in 2026. But I told you that in the text message that I totally understand where you're coming from. I look at it that this is sort of the vamp of sword and sorcery films.
Yeah.
It is definitely something that I think would work really well if rewritten. Maybe it's something we should think about doing, like, you know, that vamp script we've been working on.
Oh yeah, which
So-
it wouldn't need much changing though.
Yeah, it's just a couple tweaks. Yeah.
Yeah, keep you know, the head wizard dead instead of him just showing up and standing on a fucking mountain and then gets picked up by the dragon. It made his whole logic of like he was too old to make the journey. I'll just pour out this, you know, this little pocket of stuff and he'll just pop right up. And like,
I think you could use him. I think you could use him in the sense of like that spirit that's helping guide him to greatness.
That's the way it should have been. That he comes to him much like Jaga comes to Lion-O.
Yeah.
Shows up periodically throughout the film, and it alludes to moments of like, hey, look, you know, think about this, or look for this. Little clues, making Galen use his mind and not just his magic. Make him use his wits to be more creative. Like, okay, I'm not that skilled yet at being a sorcerer yet. I've got to use my wits about this stuff and become a wizard warrior by the time the end of the movie. You know, like when he has this fight with the dragon inside the fucking cave, jumps down on him with that you know, that spear that's supposed to impale everything. I thought, oh my God, this can be a great moment here. And because I started thinking, like, man, if I was him, I'd be caught up to a higher level. Sure, holy shit, he did. And it still fucking bombs. Like, it just killed this brilliant momentum of like realizing I'm not a sorcerer. I'm just gonna go in and do this because I said I was gonna do this. And the girl I'm in love with is believing in me. Built me a fucking shield made out of dragon scales because she believed in me. I'm gonna walk into this fucking, you know, I'm gonna be burned alive, eaten alive, or I'm gonna fucking do this. And no, it's okay. We're gonna have the leader come back and stand on a fucking mountain, accomplish nothing, and just says, "Hit him with a rock."
Tyler's got the 4K on the way.
Yeah. Believe me, it was in my basket when that movie was over. Delete.
Yeah,
because I won't be watching this movie again.
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, I probably, like, I enjoyed it for what it was, but it's probably something I won't ever come back to. So there you have it.
Yeah, little cut in that line of Vicini and Princess Bride. Hit it with a rock.
The minute his head is in view, hit it with the rock!
I was not a sportsman.
The minute his head comes into view, hit it with the rock.
I'll put that in there. But hey, there you go. Little mini movie review for you. I hope everyone.
Oh God! And
hope
I
everyone
so wanted to buy like okay, yeah. I thought it was boring as a kid. Shitty ending.
You're almost there, man.
I mean, he runs off with the girl. He gets the girl in the end, but like, who gives a fuck?
So there's a little mini movie review. I hope everyone enjoyed us ranking Wave 3 in a tier list.
Maybe Rob be able to make a new comic book of it.
Maybe he'll make a Dragon Slayer comic book. There you go.
Oh God, my nads are pumped at the idea.
Hope everyone liked this. Make sure you like this video. Leave us a comment down below. Let us know where you would rank all of those card backs. If you've seen Dragon Slayer, let us know. If you enjoyed
such as many donkey balls as I did.
If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And until later, let the power return.
Shut the fuck up, junkie.
God, I should know that.
Oh yeah, you should.
What did I?
Because you watched it not too long ago.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Here we go again. Let me look at the Letter Brothers. Oh, Clerks.
Yeah.
Yeah. God. I didn't even have to like look at it. I hadn't even opened the app yet. I was about to, and I was like, "Oh yeah."
Next time I was going, "Hey, you're not allowed to rent here anymore." Yeah.
Oh, hey, that was the stinger that I put on the episodes.
Oh, okay.
That came out. I think a couple before this, or was it last week? I don't know what I do anymore.
I just like the aggression when Randall says that. Shut the fuck up, junkie. And then Jay comes over and farts on him.
Yeah. There's so many good moments in that one.
Yeah, back when Kevin Smith actually had talent and wasn't,
Still need to get
what he
around
is
to
now.
my rewatch of Dogma in 4K since I bought that, because I would like to watch that and some of the special features that are on there and reminisce and think back to the good old days.
Yeah, when it was a intense love and passion for Clerks, Mallrats.
I mean, it's
Dogman,
still it's still
I mean,
there.
they're four fantastic films, but there was such an intense passion for those movies. Thinking, oh my God, this guy speaks to my heart, with his love for comics and movie, references and things like that too.
And then we just got a little bit older, and some of us a little more jaded than the other, I think.
So I think that some of us just realized, you know what, you're not fucking funny anymore.
Maybe that.
Like, where's your talent? What happened?
Maybe that's what it was. Go check out a Dragon Slayer if you haven't. Go watch Invasion USA. Watch Sidekicks. Watch
Missing in Action 3. The Octagon. At least the ending.
Missing in Action 3?
No, Missing in Action 2. Excuse me.
I know you said 3 though.
Well, I meant to say 2.
What's the?
But 3 is not bad. I like 3. 3
it's
is not bad. Nathan didn't like it. I think he thought it was Doggy Doodle.
Oh no, it wasn't total dog shit. There are definitely worse Chuck films. Yeah.
As a trilogy, it's a good trilogy of movies.
Yeah, it's not bad. That third one's not bad, but the second one, it stands above.
Oh my God, yeah.
Above them all.
I'm always in a G.I. Joe mood when I watch Missing in Action 2, because I don't know, it's not like, Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow Stalker were like caught in a POW camp or anything like that, but being in that camp, that POW camp, just makes you think of Rambo, makes you think of G.I. Joe, like adventures going around in the jungle with Stalker and Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow when he was before he turned, and just Tunnel Rat, Outback. I always think of Jungle Adventures and things like that with G.I. Joe. When I watch Missing in Action, I'm like, oh my God, I want to see these guys like breaking into like this jungle camp that Cobra has. And they get to sneak in here. It gets me all pumped and excited, which is why I like the jungle atmosphere in this movie, because of that and Rambo 2. So much, and Predator.
Yeah, did you see they announced that Rambo 4K box set?
I did, yeah. Which I own 1 and 2 in 4K. I think I got 3. I 1, 2, and 3 in 4K, and I think I got Last Blood. I think it's on Blu-ray. I think.
Yeah. I think I'll probably end up buying that set.
Which I'm like, I don't think I need to buy that unless it's like brand new transfer.
It might be brand new scans.
That and the documentaries, like there's nothing new other than like on the 4Ks is just like British people shitting on the Rambo. And like, what the fuck? You ask James, like, you Brits like not like Rambo, like the one man army, but like think is like beneath you. But watching James Bond save the world is like, oh, I believe that. Like, because I'm watching, so like, what is it with you people? Like, are you guys? It's like they're making these condescending remarks about the Rambo movies, like they're kind of like ridiculous, like no more ridiculous than anything else. With one guy saving the day, saving the world, but somehow like Rambo going into Vietnam, saving POW is like, oh, it's unrealistic. Whatever. And I'm just like, there's an awful lot of English people shitting on this movie and this documentary here. What the fuck's going on here? So then I asked James, like, do you like Rambo? Well, then you can just fuck off then.
I mean, I would assume that he does if he likes the Rocky movies as much as he does.
Oh, of course. I imagine, yeah, it's just never...
But then again, we never talked about that. So maybe he doesn't like Rambo and thinks he's in agreement with them. Well, we'll find out soon enough. But we're going to go ahead and get out of here.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching.
Yeah. Thanks for your time, everybody. I was getting a little like worked up. Like, yeah, you people, you shit on Rambo, man. I shit on you.
Well, what have we here? Who would like to own up to this treasure trove? Whose wonderful candies are these? Oh, look. A deli meat.